Y'all already know this is Put On Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. A lot of news in the sport of boxing. Punch Drunk gotta talk to y'all. Punch Drunk gotta express his mind. Oh man. Oh, brought to you by this red wine. I don't even know what kind of red wine I'm drinking, but it's good. It tastes good. It ain't no cheap one. It's not cooking wine, but it's a good wine. Here we go, man. Yesterday I had a live show. I didn't get to finish what I really wanted to talk about. But, you know, we got some new news, and I think it's more interesting now to really attack these news, you know what I'm saying? Attack these topics. I'll wait for a couple of people to show up and stuff like that, man. I hope everybody's doing good. Quarantine. It is what it is, man. If we're on the same page, we're going to be victorious. Oh, man. Ooh, Lord. Marcel Lomachenko. Devin Haney. Naoya Inoue. John Casimero. We got a lot of things to talk about, y'all. Teofimo. We got a lot of things to talk about. Who else? Tyson Fury. We can talk about that too. Talk about him too. Deontay Wilder, the WBC and what they've been doing to the sport of boxing and the confusion. I think it got a lot of fans fighting amongst each other when we all should be in the same page. We should all be in the same page and going at the WBC. I don't understand why they got all these fans fighting and bickering amongst each other when we should all be in the same page going after the WBC. Don't you think so? I mean, there's Lomachenko fans and there's Devin Haney fans fighting amongst each other, but no, it is the WBC, the Devin Haney fan, the Lomachenko fan, the whole sport of boxing should be questioning the WBC Mauricio Sudamon. That's who we should be fighting against. I'm not saying fighter, of course. We all, this is sport of boxing. We all great people and stuff like that. But I mean, not fighting, but questioning. That's the person we need to question. So, take a little wine. I'm gonna say this once. I was gonna say once and for all, but I just don't think a lot of people understand what's going on in sport of boxing, especially in the lightweight division with the WBC reinstating Devin Haney with the hand-me-down belt. I did a video before when I'm like, I told you Devin Haney, they're going to gift it and take it away. Now they gift it again, and they could take it away again because it's just a gift. And I did a video just recently, like an hour ago, but I really wanted to clarify myself because I'm just tweeting and I'm just commenting and on other people's posts, and it seems like a lot of people just don't understand. And maybe I got to do this live show so I could just get through y'all head. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe a lot of people just don't follow the sport of boxing. I really don't think so, or want to take the initiative at actually understanding and humbling their minds to understand this situation right now. A lot of people want to say, well, Marcel Lomachenko, he accepted a franchise belt. A lot of people believe that Lomachenko was the one that requested to be a franchise champion. Now, Marcel Lomachenko has said it in the interview. Yo, you could go check it out. He said it. He said, I never ran a letter. I never requested to be a franchise champion. Never requested. Why would I request it? Devin Haney, but we know that Devin Haney has requested to get the hand-me-down belt. He had it once before. They took it away, and now he requested to get it. I want it. Give me the damn belt, Mauricio. And that's the only problem I have with the situation of Devin Haney is glorifying the belt. What's good, Los? It's glorifying the belt. That's the only problem I believe that look, if you in the sport of boxing, we've seen Devin Haney grow from yay high. He's documented. You understand what I'm saying? Videos after videos, working out with Roy Jones Jr., working out with Mayweather, working out with Zab Judah, working out he's a kid that's been fortunate to be around greatness, and we could talk about that too. Devin Haney been around greatness. His father has done a wonderful job to put him around great fighters so he could pick off all these great minds. Devin Haney's father has done a wonderful job, and I commend his father, and I commend Devin Haney. I commend all the fathers in the sport of boxing, because this is a sport of boxing that really has fathers in the forefront of the sport of boxing, where in this community and society, they be like, there's fatherless children, there's fatherless childs. You already know Devin Haney's father has done a wonderful job with his son. I'm drinking some red wine. I don't know the name, some French name. What up, Young? What up, Emmanuel? They got into Danny's head about the belt. He knows deep down he ain't earned it. We all know. Even Devin Haney fans know it. That's why they always go back to the, well, Lomachenko got the franchise belt. So yeah, so Devin Haney can have the belt too. You know, they don't come with a logical point of view. Like I said in the beginning, this is not about Vasyl Lomachenko or Devin Haney's fans going against each other. This is all about all of us, Devin Haney, the Devin Haney's fans, the Vasyl Lomachenko fans, the whole boxing fans, to go after and question what the hell is the WBC doing. You understand what I'm trying to say? The franchise belt is wrong. The elevation of Devin Haney is wrong. The belt that they're giving him is wrong. Both are wrong. Yet, we all understand that the lightweight champion, the WBC champion, is Vasyl Lomachenko. He's the top dog. He won it, never lost it, and still in the lightweight division. Exactly, Los. They could clown all they want, but Loma earned it. So everybody knows. His contemporary knows. Look at Luke Campbell's interview when they gave Devin Haney the hand-me-down belt. He don't respect it. Teofimo Lopez just made fun of it in the Instagram comment box. He don't respect it. Ryan Garcia, when Devin Haney got in the ring, he was like, yo, but if you a champion, I'm a champion too. Like, who you be? He don't respect Gervonta Tank Davis. Don't respect it. Nobody respects Broner doesn't respect. Nobody respects Devin Haney's belt. So why would Devin Haney take it upon himself to glorify the belt where none of his contemporaries actually give him the kudos for? Also, I want to emphasize, and my brothers, you could take that into the to the other debates and other channels or other personnels in your circle. Devin Haney fans, please listen up real quick. And I want to pose a question for you. So you can understand my mindset. Because it seems like a lot of people, I'm talking about the delusional fans, do not understand. This is how the WBC has been effing up a lot of people's minds. The WBC, Mauricio Sudamon, said if Vasyl Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, he becomes undisputed. That's what the WBC said when they was questioning about the franchise belt. If Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, and they were talking about the winner Teofimo Lopez and Richard Comey, who if he beats them, he will become the undisputed. Thus, if the WBC is saying that, if Mauricio, go ahead and Google it, and there's a bunch of guys in the WBC in videos saying if Lomachenko wins, he's still undisputed, right? He will be undisputed if he beats Teofimo Lopez. So if you be undisputed, what does the belt that Devin Haney holds worth? If Vasyl Lomachenko with the franchise belt could still be undisputed, then what the hell is the Devin Haney's belt? And that's the whole point. Is Devin Haney not accepting it? Throw that belt in the garbage. Be a boss like he said he is, because he got Devin Haney Promotions. He's a boss. And doing that move would actually alter how Belt Federation handles their business. Because if Devin Haney be like, nah, don't hand me down. This don't mean nothing. Especially if Vasyl Lomachenko is going to stay in the light heavyweight. Everybody know he's a champion. Why y'all giving me this? For what? So I could pay an extra sanctioning fees because as a champion, you pay more than anybody else in the rankings. You understand, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a champion, you pay the most sanctioning fee of that respective belt federation. So why would Devin Haney want to be a belt where it's not? Why would he want to have a belt that is not respected? Nobody respects it, not the fans, not your contemporaries, but yet you want to pay more sanctioning fees for a belt that holds no weight. Talk to me, ladies and gentlemen. So, am I hating or am I logical? Am I hating or am I logical? So I don't understand people coming up to me, oh man, Devin, you a hater. Punch, you a hater. You a Lomachenko fan. I'm a fan of boxing. How many? Go check my channel, ladies and gentlemen. How many videos do I have of Vasily Lomachenko? Since I'm so much of a Vasily Lomachenko fan, by Devin Haney fans, go check it. Whenever you have the time, go check my channel. Tell me how many videos have I done about Vasily Lomachenko? Not a lot. Probably like 3 out of like 100 videos I've done. And he's top 3 pound for pound dude in the sport of boxing. So that's really what I wanted to say about the Devin Haney situation. Because it's really not about the Devin Haney situation. You already know, smash the like button. It's not really about the Devin Haney, it's about the WBC. And our people is trying to, it's like they trying to make us bicker and fight amongst each other, debate or have a dialogue. At the end of the day, we all have a problem with the WBC. The problem I have with Devin Haney, once again, is that he's glorifying something that is not supposed to be glorified. Nobody cares but himself. He's the only one that him and his dad and his camp is the only one celebrating this for no reason. Why? If you are the dream, what is the dream? Like I said in my video, what is the dream? The dream for what? You accomplish your dream, but what was the dream? I know in that dream, I know. Yo, if you tell Michael Jordan, be like, yo, you don't have to play in the finals against Magic Johnson. You don't got to play in the finals. We're going to give you the championship belt. Michael Jordan won't. I know. I want to feel it. I want to go through the competition, and I want to earn it. Anybody that goes play sports want to earn it. They play for the competitive nature. Nobody wants nothing given. That's not fun. As soon as you get everything, nobody works hard no more. As soon as you get everything. That's like if you meet a woman. That's like if you meet a woman and all of a sudden that woman tells you, I love you, you're the best and stuff, I want to marry you and give you everything. You're gonna be like, wait, damn, I could get the little, I could get a little something, but I didn't earn all of this. Woman, like, you gonna look at that chick like she a little hoe, like, you give me all of this and that's what you got all the dudes. Nah, I ain't special. I ain't special. At the end of the day, a real dude want to work for it, right? So, let's move on. And if anybody got something to say about the Devin Haney stuff, we could chop it up. All I want to know, I'll pose a question. Am I hating on Devin Haney? Am I hating on Devin Haney or I'm being logical? He wants to become a real boy, a.k.a. real champ. You already know, Mr. Pinocchio. I'm a real boy! You're lying to yourself. If Devin Haney thinks he's a real champion and his camp, people are lying to him, Devin Haney, get away from those people right now because those are yes men. You want to have people in your corner that keep it real with you. See, if I was Devin Haney's boy, I'd tell him straight up, yo, my man, let go of that belt. Let go of that belt. You will have more power. Yo, people will give you man credit for it. Trust me. And then everybody that gets hand-me-downs or whatever, you set the tone. The email. Yeah. Don't email me no belt. You wake up in the morning and stuff like that, be like, email. Yo, you won a championship belt for real? That's it? That's what I work hard for? Damn. All right. Nah, man. Nah. Don't give me nothing like that. I'm too competitive for that. So I just any Devin Haney fan, let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I sound unlogical. You know? Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You haven't subscribed to the channel, you already know, man. I keep it real, man. This is a hardcore boxing fan channel. We all hardcore boxing fans. We break things down unlogically, unbiasedly, objectively. Let's move on. And we can go back if y'all want to go back to the Devin Haney and the Devin Haney WBC, Vasyl Lomachenko. Naoya Inoue, John Casimero. Haney is the new version of Broner. I don't even think he's the new version of Broner. I don't think so. I mean, he's still Broner's Broner, you know. Broner got his own personality, and Broner also is a 4-division world champion, right? And Broner got a good resume as well, even though he lost the good fights. The guys that we know, the Mike Garcia, the Sean Porter, he moved up the McDonald's, he moved up to weight class to fight McDonough. Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, he fight the fight. I think he'll fight anybody. That's one thing for sure. Or his attitude. I don't know. You know, I guess Devin Haney is becoming an adult right now, and maybe he's changing. I don't know. I don't know who's feeding his head up. I saw him live. I'll put it like this. I saw him live yesterday. He was working out, and his pops went live, and he was talking. And now I know where that confidence is coming from. His father that has done a great, wonderful job. I would never tell another dude how he's doing with their kid. And you could see Devin Haney is successful, a millionaire. His father done a great job. But I could see also that maybe he could be giving him overly, he's giving him all the confidence that he needs, but now it's cocky confidence, I believe. You know, and you could tell by the live show, you could tell by the way he talks. It looks like that's not Devin Haney. Devin Haney don't talk. That's his pop talk like that. What's up, bro? What's going on? I'm good, Guido. What's good, my brother? People behind him, I guess. I think it's the people behind him. Remember, he's just becoming an adult. Think about it. Devin Haney probably been around adults way more than kids. If he's been, you know, in the boxing circuit, you said that right. Yeah. But I believe it's coming from the adults around him. I think it's coming from, yeah, take the belt. You the champion. Yo, he's scared of you. He's scared of you. And Devin Haney's like, yeah, Vasyl Lomachenko, yeah. He's scared of you. He's scared of me, you know? Yeah. You don't want to fight me. Yeah, I am the champ. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. Since he's been maneuvered by his pops, and he gets the chance, he had the chance to work with a lot of boxers because he's the hustler. He's the one that got his son in position in all these places. It feels like he don't need to work for it. I mean, I already know Mayweather, and I know all these guys. I know, and I work out with all these guys. So he's already ballooned up. He already feel like a champion because he already worked with greatness. He feels like a champion. I mean, I sparred with great people like, hey, I am a champ. I don't care. I don't need to win it. I am a champ. I work out with greatness. I think it's just overly false confidence right now. And in this sport, you got to have confidence. So I get that. But right now, it's kind of like delusional confidence to me also. It's like, you really think you're a champion? Really? I think so, Guido. He's acting like a spoiled kid. I'm not saying he didn't earn it. I ain't saying he didn't fight for a lot of things to put him in certain positions. But to become champion at lightweight, you could become interim. I'm cool. I'm going to do that, Los. I'm going to check that out. That's all I want from the kid, man. Just to be real, you know what? Because, man, like I said, man, it's like in life itself, man. They give you something, they take it away. You want to earn it because nobody could take you nothing that you ain't earned. Nobody could take it away from you. That's why education is good. when you got your degree, when you have the diploma and you earned it, nobody could take that away from you. No matter if you go out there and get a job and manage to use your degree or don't use your degree, that's something that nobody could take away from you. Nobody could take away from you. Your education. Something that you earned. Not your mom, not your dad, nobody. You did it. Dexter. Yeah, man. Everybody, you know what it is? Everybody knows he's not a real champion. It's just bugging out that guys, that there's Devin Haney fans, delusional one, that actually want to justify it. Like, ain't no justifying it. It's just facts. Like, why, put it this way, why Devin Haney don't question the WBC? Let's say I'm Devin Haney, I got the belt. And then I hear Mauricio Sudamon said, if Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, he become undisputed. I will call Mauricio Sudamon and be like, yo, Mauricio Sudamon, I just heard you say that if Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, that he's undisputed. So what kind of belt do I have? Huh? I mean, he's undisputed. You have the WBC, has all the 4 belts. So how can he be undisputed and fight me and I'm the world and the WBC champion? I don't get him, Mauricio Sudamon. What am I? What am I, Mauricio? Tell me now. I mean, that's the question I will pose. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Am I lying? I'm still waiting for an answer, Devin Haney fan, to tell me what do they think about it. What do they think about it? I even posted it on Twitter. No, they ain't even answer. Even the trollers, they couldn't answer that question. They couldn't answer the question. I got a new Twitter account. You can check it out. I don't really be too much into it like the way I am in YouTube. Go check it out. Mr. Moonshine, Mr. Moonshine, Mr. Moonshine. Naoya Inoue versus John Casimero. Will that be the fight of 2020? A lot of people feel that Inoue is just going to be having not a homecoming, but the American showcase. He's about to fight it in America for the first time, and it's all about Inoue. But because John Casimero, which has 5 straight stoppages, probably has the best momentum of any champion in the sport of boxing right now. Like I said, he has the best momentum. I didn't say he's the best champion. I said he has the best momentum of any champion in the sport of boxing right now. John Casimero has worked great under the tutelage of Manny Pacquiao. New trainers, good nutritionists. Actually gotten better and better and better. A lot of people think that's going to be an easy fight for Inoue. I do not think so. I'm not saying that he's going to beat Inoue because I've got Inoue slightly beating him. But I'm telling you like this, it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. And I don't want to hear a lot of people say, oh, Nonito Donaire, he actually exposed Inoue. Look, it's a 12-round bout, man. Everybody gonna get hit in the face. It looks like in the sport of boxing, when you get hit in the face and you get a flush shot, or you might look like you're hurt or bleeding, that's it, you're exposed. And exposed means that you're lost. I don't understand that. I mean, in the sport of boxing, fans really gotta calm down, man. Enjoy these fighters. Because I think it's commendable by a fighter when he gets hurt and comes back strong, right? That's commendable. That's what we remember what Mike Tyson said. What was the quote? We ain't certain or you in this until you get hit or you change your plans or whatever that is. You know the quote. Inoue got hit. He faced adversity. And he beat Nonito Donaire. Nonito Donaire also faced adversity, and he got back up from after Inoue barbecued his ribs. That's what you call a world-class fighter. Keith Tom Thurman got knocked down in the first round. His ribs got barbecued in the 10th round. Stood up, didn't go down, took a mouthpiece off. Try to go at bay. Boom, got the mouthpiece back on, put Manny Pacquiao on the ropes. That's commendable. Denison Garcia, boom, got clipped by Keith Thurman. Oh, came back. That's commendable. Porter standing up. That's commendable. Earl Spence getting clipped by Emmanuel Lardy and stood up. That's commendable. Anthony Joshua got dropped by Klitschko, got back up and dropped him and won the fight. That's commendable. What's good, friends? I'm chilling, my brother. Trying to explain to these cats about the Devin Haney situation. So if I don't believe that exposed word, come on, man. Every fighter got a weakness in the sport of boxing. The great ones are the ones that hides it the most. The ones that doesn't let themselves get neutralized. We seen Floyd Mayweather get clipped, face adversity. We seen Manny Pacquiao in the beginning of his career lose, come back, become a legend. Cotto the same way. The man, the myth, the legend is in the building. That's what I'm talking about, Luke. You know, ready? Mayweather and Garcia in the first encounter. I even watched that fight like 2 weeks ago. And I still think Mayweather he outboxed him. It was a really, really close fight. It was a really, really close fight. It could have gone either way. Put it that way. It could have gone either way. But I don't think if it went either way, it was a robbery. Put it that way. It could have gone either way. But I don't think none of them was a robbery. So, I don't know, man. I don't get these. It's too many delusional fans in the sport of boxing, especially now. Before, I used to think that Conor McGregor fans was delusional. I used to think that Errol Spence fans was getting delusional, and I think that it's not really. I think they're just getting misled by the channels, by the Tranny Boys channel. I think they're getting misled. It could have gone, it could have gone either way. I think a lot of these channels are misleading the Devin Haney fans, the Earl Spence fans, the Deontay Wilder fans. The Glove Gate? Really? You believe that? Really? It's sad, y'all. It's sad that people will believe. Yes, sir. Same as Pack the fans. Yeah, Casimero's in very great hands. In very great hands, and that's why you see. Look, when Manny Pacquiao was in training camp, Casimero was training with him. And look at the performance that he had in his last fight. I think Casimero's a very dangerous man, and ESPN ain't paying attention because ESPN really don't pay attention to boxing. ESPN do not pay attention to boxing, y'all. They only pay attention to top-ranked fighters. A lot of people want to be misled by the likes of Max Kellerman because he knows how to talk good and use his vocabulary very, very good. A lot of people get misled by Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman do not follow boxing no more. He's a product of HBO. He's a product of ESPN. He don't got the mind of his own. He don't watch boxing fight. You know why? Because I saw him in the street, cross the street from Madison Square Garden one day, and I said it in another live show. I approached him and Stephen A. Smith. People was asking him questions. You know what? I was just passing by and I said, yo, what you think about Gary Russell Jr.? Both of them said they don't know who the hell is Gary Russell Jr. I said, y'all don't know nothing about no boxing. I left. I walked away. Just because these guys are on in a high traffic platform doesn't mean they just like us. Max Kellerman is just like us. He's just in a position where he's speaking to a mass audience, but he's just like us. A dude that got his opinion and make me follow boxing. A dude that uses the big words. Don't be using the big words, Gino. Why you using the big words? Don't let him fake y'all. He don't know too much about boxing. He knows just like us. You know Stephen A. Smith don't know nothing about no boxing. Y'all know that. Donay moves better than Alice. I'm from Alice for the monster will have better. Daenerys is a future Hall of Famer. So it's going to be a tough fight. It was going to be, I don't even understand when people were saying that he was going to knock him out. I had my prediction. I said he was going to barbecue his ribs. He did. But you know what? Donaire stood up, and that's commendable. That's a world-class champion. That's a future Hall of Famer. It should have never been easy for Inoue. I don't even know why people thought it was going to be easy for Inoue. LWC is misleading people about the law. So what? Probably lost 5 times. That would be a young line. Exactly. We got us. Our hardcore boxing fan got to change the narrative too, because there's too many casuals. To the point where if you get hurt, like this guy, there was a guy in the comment box. He said, "Oh, Manny Pacquiao curled up or whatever. Keith Thurman, a 40-year-old, and blah blah." But that's my point exactly. You see, if Keith Thurman would have beat Manny Pacquiao, then everybody was going to say that he just beat a 40-year-old. So there was no win-win situation for Keith on top Thurman. I don't even care that he lost, because there was no win situation. If Keith Thurman would have beat Manny Pacquiao, he'd be a 40-year-old. He lost to Manny Pacquiao. Damn, he lost to a 40-year-old. Manny Pacquiao was the greatest, right? What are you doing, Tracy Morgan impersonation? Versus Luka Matisse, it was a freaking war. Ravnikov, yeah. That was, yeah, man. I want to see Jones this. See it. Dad's rematch. If you get him, in the UFC, look, how many times has Masvidal lost? How many times has Nate Diaz lost? And if Nate Diaz fight right now, MMA fans can't wait to see Nate Diaz fight. Masvidal, he's the man, right? UFC, they get respect for losing. Look at Joanna, the way she got. Damn. If you was Joanna's husband and she walked in, you'd be like, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm Joanna." "No, you not. Security." But but MMA fighters got respected, even if they lose, because people understand, especially in that sport, that these people are risking their lives, man. It ain't easy. You think it's easy? Get in the octagon, get in the ring. It's not easy. I see people get hurt punching the heavy bag. Heavy bag ain't hitting you back. "Oh, my hand hurt." People get hurt by punching a heavy bag. So imagine you fighting somebody. Punch the heavy bag and say it away. And see what happens to you. People gotta respect, especially champions. They gotta respect these champions, you know? They all hype when they climb on the ladder. They all hype. And people be like, yo, you should check this out. Yo, he's being dug. He's this. He's that. And then boom, they make it. Now he's a bum. It's funny that people respect the prospects. It's for example, look right now. People going to be like, yo, Virgil Ortiz, he's the man. Yo, he's the man. He's a beast. Yo, he's the man. Then he becomes champion. They be like, who he beat, though? Who he beat? Really? I want to see what he do when he fight him. Then I want to see what he does when he fight. It's just like Bud Crawford. Who he beat? Yo, he's become undisputed. But who he beat, though? But on the come up, yo, you see Bud Crawford? Yo, he the man, yo. He know how to switch. He know how to do all this stuff. And then he gets all these belts. 3 different divisions. But who he beat, though? He ain't all that, though. Fans of the sport of boxing, man. Do you think Jojo Diaz and Farmer are going to have a rematch? Nah. I think Farmer. Hey, look at Farmer. Tevin Farmer has lost enough. And I think he's still got a good career. And I still think he can make great money. You already wrote him, bro. You already know. I'm a real boy. Devin Haney. Do you think you're a real champion? Of course I am. I'm a real boy. You're a damn liar. I'm about to put that Kanye West song, Pinocchio. How the story goes. Oh man. Yep. Bill Crawford beat Mean Machine. Look, even Bill Crawford, right? He got put down by Mean Machine. And people, see, he got exposed. What about if it was Errol Spence that hit him? What would have happened then? Yo, people are funny, man. People are funny. People are funny. It's the fight game, man. You're supposed to get hit. It's how you take the hit. You remember Rocky? It's how you take the hit. It's how you get back up. Because that's just winning is done. And you not there. Oh, man. So, I do think Inoue is gonna beat Casimero. I got him winning slightly, but it could go either way though. Trust me, I would not be surprised if Casimero even stop Inoue. I won't be surprised. But I got Inoue winning. What was the other subject? What was the other subject I was going to get into? Took care of the WBC and the Devin Haney. We took care about the Inoue and the Inoue and Casimero. Who else? What was the other? I didn't even know what I put in the title. Danny Garcia. That was going to be my first. I wanted to do a live show. I was going to do a video about it. That was going to be the first. Danny Garcia is the most wanted all of a sudden. Have y'all realized that, ladies and gentlemen? That Danny Garcia has been the most wanted. It's the way that I hear Errol Spence and the way that I'm hearing Keith Thurman talk and the way that I'm hearing Manny Pacquiao people talk, it seems like everybody wants Danny Garcia. Damn, has Danny Garcia got a belt? Is he a champion? I thought people ain't like the cherry picker, right? They used to call him a cherry picker, but now they cherry picking him. I don't understand this. Can y'all tell me? So it seems like Danny Garcia is like the #1 ranking for all these dudes. I don't understand how everybody wants Danny Garcia. Are they going to gain something by Danny Garcia? And it's funny because let's say Keith one-time Thurman. I get on Keith one-time Thurman. Keith Thurman always say, I want my belt back. Versus Manny Pacquiao. I want my belt back. What about the WBC? You don't want that belt? The one that you never fought, the one you never defended and you vacated? How about that belt? Talk about that belt, Keith one-time Thurman. Talk about the WBC belt that you want that belt. But know how WBC works. Maybe Keith Thurman knows something that we don't know. Can you imagine if the WBC would have done the same thing to Keith one-time Thurman and gave him a recess champion? Why the WBC ain't do that for Keith one-time Thurman the same way they did to Devin Haney? Make him a recess champion. Damn, the WBC works in mysterious ways, doesn't they? Do you think they see him as a weakness, at the weakest link out of all of them? I think so, but he's probably as dangerous as all of them. If they think he's a weakness, then they're being fooled. Because if we all know, Danny Garcia takes a punch better than any of them. In my opinion, Danny Garcia takes a punch better than any of them. He takes a better punch, better than Keith Thurman. We seen Errol Spence get clipped before. We seen Sean Porter get dropped by Broner and Spence and hurt by Thurman. We seen Danny Garcia get hurt too. But I don't think that it's just like the rest of them. If they think that Danny Garcia is some easy touch, you're going to get a rude awakening. You're going to get a rude awakening. But why is Errol Spence and Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao's team want Danny Garcia? I mean, what does he got to give? I mean, what is he going to give y'all? A belt? What are you going to win? Keith Thurman's so adamant in the last interview. Oh, I will give him a rematch and I will fight him. And I think that's a good paper and that's a good next fight for me. And no, you know what's a good next fight for you? A fight for the belt. Call no Danny Garcia rematch. Ain't nobody calling for that fight. Errol Spence, ain't nobody calling for that fight. Danny Garcia is cool, but he needs to get rid of his father and his immature trash talk. At this point, and Dennis Swift Garcia, he's 32 years old. I'm not going to get rid of my father. What I do is implement people. And I think Danny Garcia he's okay. He's not. I mean, he lost a close fight with Sean Porter, which I thought he won the last round, and I would have gave it to Danny Garcia. It could have gone either way. It's that as well. So I don't think at this point you could change a lot of dudes right now. Even at this point, I think Danny Garcia stays prepared all the time. He never comes not like he never missed weight. He don't look like he balloons up compared to like Errol Spence and Keith Thurman and Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrian Broner. We never seen Danny Garcia balloon up. He's a constant professional. Trey, I think Danny versus Errol is a solid fight. I think it's a solid fight, but I think the timing is all wrong. Not that it is wrong. It's just that why are you fighting Danny Swift Garcia? If you can fight Danny Swift Garcia, you can fight Bud Crawford. Why not that fight? Because it's Al Heyman. Al Heyman is pulling the cards, like I said yesterday. It's not that Errol Spence wants the Danny Garcia fight. The Danny Garcia fight is promised a pay-per-view fight by Al Heyman, and he needs to get that pay-per-view fight. Errol Spence fighting Danny Garcia is a favor for Al Heyman. Keith Thurman, again, for a pay-per-view fight with Danny Garcia, it's going to be pay-per-view when it wasn't pay-per-view the first time. That Manny Pacquiao and Danny Swift Garcia is just a favor for Danny Garcia to get a pay-per-view fight. I saw Danny get hurt by Thurman in the early rounds of their fight. He did get hurt, but he weathered the storm. Getting hurt is nothing in boxing. They all get hurt. It's commendable when they make the adjustment. It's commendable that they stay up. It's commendable that they get back up and they keep on fighting. I think that's where we mess up as fans, is that we forget about that. We forget about that guy that gets up after good. Damn, he could fight. You see the fight in him. You can't put him down. He can't stay down. He keeps on fighting. He's getting back up. I remember there was a time when we used to love that. We commended those fighters. Now is you fight in a 12-round bout, and boom, you get wobbled. Oh, he's exposed. That's it. He a bum. Yo, can you imagine if you fight the other guy? It becomes that now. You got to be a perfect fighter. You can't get clipped. You can't get hit. If you get bruised up, yo, he got bruised up by this person like Lomachenko. Yo, he got bruised up by Pedraza. Imagine if it was Gervonta Tank Davis. He'll wash him. It's like, it's crazy. Like, yo, styles make fights. Things happen in a 12-round bout. No fighter is perfect. Either you stand up and keep on fighting, let's say like Keith Thurman did versus Manny Pacquiao, or you fold and quit like Amir Khan did against Terence Crawford. Now, if anybody, we could call out anybody about quitting and not having a heart, we could call out Amir Khan. Nothing is easy for Pacquiao, Dexter, though. Nothing is easy. All these guys could beat each other any given day. That's how good the welterweight division is. But the welterweight division could only be great, and people could really hold it high if people give all these guys credit. Because in the end of the day, they could all beat each other in any given day. It wasn't easy. Like I said yesterday, Ugas versus Porter wasn't easy. It was close. Porter versus Garcia was close. Thurman versus Porter was close. Thurman versus Porter versus Spence was close. Spence versus Kell Brook throughout the whole fight was close. Every fight is close. This is the best time, y'all. This is the best time. Ugas versus Porter was close. It's the best time, y'all. And we got to give respect to these guys, belt or no belt. The top 6 dudes, they could beat each other any given day. Danny Garcia, like I said yesterday, we already know the amateurs. Danny Garcia beat Crawford. Ugas beat Crawford. They'll take out Ugas out the mix too. Because if you don't come prepared versus Ugas, Ugas will outbox you. Thurman went 12 rounds with the best of Pacquiao. My respects to Thurman. Hell yeah. You got to. It's a legend he's fighting. A legend. Great, one of the greatest, but arguably the greatest for me. What he's done in the sport of boxing will never be done. I don't look at Manny Pacquiao as a 40-year-old. If we're going to say Manny Pacquiao is a freak of nature, I'm not going to say he's a 40-year-old because he's not a normal 40-year-old dude. It's like LeBron James. LeBron James, how old is LeBron James? 35 years old. At 35, people already retired. And he was having an MVP year. That's a freak of nature. So you can't compare that 35-year-old to a normal 35-year-old. I do not compare a seasoned Manny Pacquiao that fights like these guys 2 times a year, like the prime, like the young fighters. He's not your normal 40-year-old. Thurman should have beat Pacquiao. Why? Why Thurman should have beat Pacquiao? Why, Stone? Do you know who Manny Pacquiao is? He could have, but saying should have, could have, he had a chance to. It was a split decision. If you look at the scorecards, Manny Pacquiao only won because of the first round. Look at the scorecards. 115, 112. Keith Thurman was winning the first round after he got knocked down. So you turn that round away and don't take out 2 points. Boom, and he wins the 10-9 round. Guess who wins the fight? 114, 114, 114, 114, and the other judge gave it to Keith Tom Thurman. Keith Tom Thurman wins the fight. And you know what people was going to say? He got robbed. Keith Thurman was going to lose regardless. If Keith Thurman would have beat Manny Pacquiao, they would have said he lost to a 4. He beat a 40-year-old. How about you fight Spence? And how about you fight Bud Crawford? You beat an old man. He would have never won anyway. You understand what I'm saying? In public perception, he would have never won. Instead of knocking Thurman down, you're supposed to uplift what Manny Pacquiao just did, beating a young dude in his prime. Hell yeah, Francis. Ennis is one of my guys. I like Ennis. Danny losing to Porter and Thurman, I think, made him a better boxer. Maybe. I don't know. I think he's still a solid fighter, win or lose. You know, I mean, it go either way. I think those are the type of losses that you don't hung your head down. And when you give your all, your stock don't drop. Why you think everybody want with Danny Garcia? Because Danny Garcia, he still lose, but you know what? It's close. His stock don't drop. He stays up there because he fighting good fights and he's fighting the top guys as well. So your stock doesn't drop. Look at Sean Porter. Sean Porter probably got more respect for losing to Errol Spence than any of his wins. Sean Porter got more, his stock went up by losing to Errol Spence the way he lost. It's not about wins and losses. It's the how. It's how you win and how you lose. Not if you win and if you lose. It's how you win and how you lose. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. Did we respect Jeff Horn winning that fight? No. Did he get credit? No, because it's how he won. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Keith Thurman, if he would have been Manny Pacquiao, it would have never mattered. If he would have beat him in a 12-round bout, that's why I said, if you follow me from when I was predicting the fight, I said the only way that Keith Thurman gets respect is they go in a war or he knocks out Manny Pacquiao. If he would have lost, let's say the judges would have gave Keith Thurman that win in the scorecards, you think he would have got respected, man? Keith Thurman would have been hated double times as much. It matters if you win or it matters if you win or lose. To me, at this level, it's how you win and how you lose. It's how you win and how you lose, bro. Of course, win and lose, but it's how you win and how you lose. And to whom you're winning and to who you're losing to. If Keith Thurman would have lost to Josecito Lopez, that would have been bad. If he would have lost to just a tune-up of a guy that if Bud Crawford would have lost to Mean Machine, it would have been bad. If Bud Crawford loses to Earl Spence or he loses to Keith Thurman, is it bad? Nah. He lost to a top dude. Just like, look, and that's what I was trying to break it to you the other day, Stone, is Roberto Duran lost to all these guys. He only beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He only lost to him. He lost to Benitez. He lost to Hearns. He lost to all these dudes. And how we respect that era. They lost to each other, but it's who they lost to. It's who they lost to and how they lost. You think Hagler, his stock went low when he lost to Leonard? No. Because look who he losing to. Thanks, bro. I try, man. I try to speak the truth. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes a lot of people are just comfortable with the lie. I understand that about society. A lot of people just comfortable with the lie. You know, I just can't lie to the people. I got to keep it real. I think I'm speaking logically right here. No bias. I go at everybody and give everybody props at the same time, and I hold them accountable for the words that they speak. Yeah, at the end of the day, these are my modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. These men do what normal people just won't do. To step inside that ring, whether you're rank number 1, rank number 10,000, you get all my respect. It's sad to hear. Never in my channel have I called any fighter a bum. I would never call nobody a bum. I got to step inside that ring and I hear people calling people bums, calling out their manhood. Really? People don't respect what they're watching. Now, could we critique performances? Yeah. Critique performances. Could we question people's hearts? Most of the time, I don't even want to question nobody's hearts. Because it takes balls and heart just to step inside that ring. Some fighters don't get nervous because of the other fighter they're about to fight. They get nervous because they've never been in an event or they never been in a fight of a certain magnitude and millions or thousands looking on. The pressure is the nervous. It's not the pressure of the fighter. They fight, they spar every day. That's what they do, is fight. It's now that everybody's watching. The nervousness comes from embarrassment. Damn, if I lose, not everybody watching. The whole world watching. Look what Errol Spence said. He's more nervous fighting at home than away. Why? Because he's more afraid of fighting. So no, because now if he want to look great, it's the pressure of looking great at home. Then it's nervousness. People know you. All that stuff. When he went to the UK, he's comfortable. Punch, you got to get at Donald Trump to speak the truth. Cheerleader for the U.S. president. Nah, man. I told you, man. A lot of my a lot of my accounts, man, been terminated just because I talk about Mr. 45. I ain't gonna talk about it on YouTube, man. That's if I do a political channel, probably I'll touch base on that here and there, but I ain't on Mr. 45. Mr. 45 is the man. Mr. 45 is the man. I support 45. Listen, you want to see the best fight the best. I'm a Spence fan. I'm glad you said that, Stone. About time. That's all I wanted you to say from day one, right? You a Spence fan. Thank you very much for clearing that out. I'm a Spence fan, but I need to see him fight Crawford while they're in their prime. Exactly, me too. And I agree 100% with you. That's why I'm saying Errol Spence. Why you want to fight Danny Garcia for? You got Bud Crawford. None of them got an opponent right now. They lined up to fight. And Errol Spence says he's the boss. He told Bud Crawford in his face, "I don't answer to nobody. I'm a boss. You got to answer to Bob Arrow." Boom. Come on, Errol Spence. Why you calling out Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia ain't gonna give you nothing. If you're prepared to fight Danny Garcia, then you're prepared to fight Bud Crawford. There's no excuse. Unless it's Al Heyman pulling the strings like I always said since day one. If you ain't see Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, blame Al Heyman. If you ain't seen Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence, blame Al Heyman. If you ain't seen Boo Boo Andre versus Charlo, blame Al Heyman. Blame Al Heyman. Blame Al Heyman. Al Heyman don't give a damn about the fans. He only cares about his fighters. That's why he don't answer to us. He don't answer to media because he don't give a damn. He's a manager and advisor. His job is not even for he don't work for us. He ain't trying to do anything for us. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm telling you, he's just doing the Al Heyman stuff, bro. I don't believe that none of these fighters duck any. These guys fight. That's what they do. But when it comes to business and then they hire people to do they run their business and run their careers, and they getting paid for it, he put his trust in Al Heyman to run his career. That's what they do. That's why you always hear, I fight whoever they put in front of me. I fight whoever they put in front of me. These guys may talk like bosses, but they ain't bosses. They can't tell a network what to do. They can't tell a network what to do. They can't tell an arena, I want to fight here this day, and the arena going to be like, who are you? Keith Thurman or Errol Spence? Nah. We got a basketball game. I got the WBC and NBA. You got to check on another date. You know? And that's why we got to hold accountable for their words. That's why I hold Errol Spence accountable when he says he's a boss, but then he don't make boss moves. He goes, well, I got to talk to Al Heyman. I thought you was a boss. I'm talking straight to the boss. Buck Crawford came, he went straight to the boss. So why you pushing me, Al Heyman? That's like a boss telling me, well, you got to speak to my manager. Go back to the, no, I'm speaking to you, boss. I don't need your manager. I got a direct connection, and I'm speaking to you. Right? You remember when Manny Pacquiao Mayweather had a fight? And Mayweather be like, yo, I'm going to meet you in the hotel. Me and you going to talk. Let's make it happen. That's it. Me and you. Mayweather's telling, yo, my man, leave Top Rank out of this right now. What they did, they left Top Rank out of this, but since he was still contracted, Manny Pacquiao was contracted, then boom. You understand what I'm saying? Then, of course, you're going to get a piece of the pie. But he like, yo, we ain't going to do no business. You a boss. Push that man to the side. Let's do some business. If you a boss, you got to move like a boss. Look at Charlo. Oh, I can fight Boo Boo. Whatever. Send me the email. Boom. Eddie Hearn send him an email. Then he go, oh, I got to send. Why you sending me an email? I got to talk to Al Heyman. What you mean you got to talk to Al Heyman? Jamal Charlo. You a boss. And you know what we got to understand these dudes? For real, Stone also, he put his trust in Heyman to show him how to make as much money as possible. And so that he's going to have to do whatever Al Heyman says. But you're a boss. You're a boss. You know what bosses do? Then is, yo, Heyman, make it happen right now. I'm a boss. I'm gonna make more money. Give me Buck Crawford, and then I'll fight Manny Pacquiao if you want, and then I'll fight Keith Thurman, or I'll fight Danny Garcia. It's Buck Crawford. Give me him right now. I want that pay-per-view money right now. That's a boss. Why not? Can't wait for Crawford to ditch out Arrow for him to get the fight he wants. He should have dissed him a long time ago. I blame also on Bud too. Your business decisions speak louder than words. Should have never signed the extension. But at the end of the day, it's all about money. All these guys perceive themselves as, yo, I want to fight him. Yo, I want to fight him. And then the other guy, no, I want to fight him. And then the fight don't happen. And look, what leaves the fans? He's a ducker. Oh, it's all Bud. It's all Earl. And then we don't blame Al Heyman. We don't blame Top Rank. We don't blame the networks. We don't blame none of them. We actually attack the fighters, the one that actually entertain us. The thing is, they talking like fighters, but they can't pull the strings. Remember, the fighters are the last dudes to get paid. The fighters is almost like the music industry. And anybody could tell you in the sport of boxing, unless they get their little advance money. Right? It's almost like the music industry. So in the music industry, boom, you got your single and your album, and guess what? You're the last person to get the cents and dollars. You're the last one. In fighting, after your fight, that's when they give you the check. After when you fight, when you're all bummed out, hey, here's your check. I don't know where it is. Where it is, they check you. Okay, thank you. We got you tomorrow. No bosses. They're slaves. But they live in this hip-hop culture in which everybody want to look like a boss and sound like a boss. Exactly. Thank you, Francis. The duckers are the promoters, the duckers are the manager, the duckers are the advisor. We have to smoke these dudes out the house, out the foxhole. I always said that. It's all boxing fans. We need to come together and smoke Al Heyman out his foxhole. I want to listen from Al Heyman. I don't want to listen to the new fighters while fights ain't happening no more. We've done enough interviews with Earl Spence and done enough interviews with Bud Crawford, done enough interview with Keith Thurman, done enough interview with all of you. I want to listen to the guy, the man that pulled the strings, damn it. I want to listen to the puppet master. Puppet master, I want to talk to you, puppet master. Right? Leave us all the time bickering, right? And it's somebody else's fault. And we all disrespecting one another in the comment box. Oh, yo, shut up. Yo, shut the F up. You don't know nothing. It's all about money, dude. They want to generate more money like Pac-Man, don't you think? I mean, hey, it's prize fighting. And that's something that the fans need to understand. That's why I don't like using the word duck. The only reason why I did the video when I said this person, Earl Spence is ducking, the only reason why I said that is for so I could make people understand their own contradictions. That's all. I don't believe Earl Spence is ducking anybody. I don't believe Keith Thurman ducked anybody. I don't believe Bud Crawford ducks anybody. I believe that the promoters and the advisors and the managers duck. They already got a plan. The only thing is that they're not going to tell you their plan. Earl Spence said it to Bud Crawford's face. He said, well, Bud Crawford asked him, what's the plan? You know, and what Bud Crawford said. I mean, what Earl Spence said. Well, I'm going to fight Sean Porter. Then after Sean Porter, I'm going to fight the winner of Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. And then after Keith Thurman, then Bud Crawford said, am I in the plans? He said, nah, you ain't in the plans. So Errol Spence told everybody what was Al Heyman's plans. So then when people listen to, oh, this person is ducking, yo, exactly, the last Baron. It's all business strategy. It's all business. It's prize fighting. The only reason why we bicker is when these fighters talk like they try to fool us. Oh, I want to fight him. I can fight him anytime, any place. You know you ain't gonna fight him anytime, any place. Shut up. This ain't no damn after school fight. You're not gonna fight him anytime, any place. Stop saying it to the fans. Then us fans, we start saying, just like the narrative, just like the talking point, yo, Earl Spence been calling out Keith Thurman since 2015. He's been wanting to fight him. And that, shut up. Call out his clouts. It's at the beginning of a buildup. That's it. Devin Haney calling out Adrian Broner. They think they're going to fight? No. And his boo said he's ready for everybody. He wants everybody, and everybody just avoiding him. You think everybody's avoiding and his boots? No, they ain't even looking his way. They're not looking down right now. Oh. Problem that we have, yeah, we can understand in the sport of boxing, they can marinate fights. They can build fights. The problem with PBC that I have with PBC, is they over-marinate stuff. And what happens when you over-marinate your food? How does it taste like? Bad. And you can't recook it. It is done. That's the problem of PBC. Look what they did to 154 pounds. They know that Hurd should have fought Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo wasn't supposed to fight Harrison. Hurd wasn't supposed to fight J-Rock. J-Rock threw that monkey wrench. Messed up all the operation at 154 to build a big fight. What's the biggest fight in PBC? I said in my channel. What's the biggest fight in PBC right now? Undefeated versus undefeated. What's the biggest fight in PBC right now? I said it down a million times. I just want to know what if y'all remember. It's been microwave or grill my chicken with no live fluid. No red wine. I finished the red wine. My friend. No more. I feel like going to the liquor store too. Liquor store still open. I remember you saying how Thurman used to call out Mayweather. Yeah. He used to call out Mayweather, knowing that he was going to get the fight. Now, I'll say this. When you're in position to call out. See, early, Keith Thurman calling out Mayweather, he ain't going to get the fight. 2013 when he said, I'm calling out the whole world of boxing. Nah, you ain't going to look at that. But when he puts himself in position to become #1 mandatory for the WBA and whoever's holding the WBA title, then that's a duck. Well, not a duck, but a duck from the promoters. And I give you an example. WBA, you become a #1 mandatory. You're the interim champion. Mandatory. He was for the WBA. Remember when he called out Paulie Malignaggi? It's because he was in place to get a fight with Paulie Malignaggi. Remember? Paulie Malignaggi said, that's when you saw Keith Thurman, don't duck me, son. You know why he was telling him? Because he's in position to get that fight. Remember? He's in position to get that fight. He didn't get that fight. Paulie Malignaggi fought with Broner. Broner beat him. Guess Thurman's supposed to fight Maidana. They were talking in contracts. Boom, they did the fight. Remember, Keith Thurman was supposed to fight Maidana. Maidana said, "Oh, I'm going to get a title shot with Broner." Maidana beats Broner. Thurman still wants the WBA. He's in position. This is when you know a guy keeps getting ducked, avoided after avoided. When you're in position. Now, I never seen this in the sport of boxing. That's when you see a guy getting avoided. Maidana was WBA. Guess who's still the mandatory for that belt? Keith Thurman. Boom, Floyd Mayweather comes. Beats Maidana. They had no rematch clause. Boom. Now that's when Keith Thurman is calling out desperately for Mayweather because he in position for the WBA. Boom, guess what? Floyd Mayweather fights a rematch. Avoids Keith Thurman. You know why he avoided him? Because he was in position. There was no rematch clause. Al Heyman put his you're not gonna fight Keith on top Thurman. No, he's probably a young dude. Let's move on to the next generation. Nah. Then a unification bout with who? A unification bout with Manny Pacquiao. So of course, Keith Thurman can't do nothing. And right before he fought Maidana the second time, they elevated Floyd Mayweather to a super champion, meaning he don't need to fight nobody. Same way like the franchise champion. That's it. You got the power. Still, he got the WBA, right? Keith on top Thurman. Boom, he beats Manny Pacquiao. Boom, Keith Thurman is still calling out Floyd Mayweather because he's in position to get that WBA bout. Boom! He fights Andre Berto. Avoids Keith Thurman once again. Listen, the problem that I had with Thurman was at one point he was calling out the world, but after he got those 2 belts, his energy changed. Hey, I've done videos about his energy. I have videos putting him in the milk carton saying that Keith Thurman is missing stone. Yeah. After he won the Unify, he has surgery. He's on the shelf. We can't do nothing about that. Are we really gonna start criticizing guys that get surgery now in a sport where you're risking your life, in a sport that's very taxing to the body? I'm not going, and that people say, oh, he's hurt. He's like the Derrick Rose. He was fighting through it. He beat Dennis Garcia and then got his surgery after the fight. He didn't pull out from a fight and say, you know what, I hurt my hand like Harrison did. He didn't pull out from a fight. And if he pulled out from a fight later on, he rescheduled when they fought, just like he did with Sean Porter when he had the car accident. He don't have the same energy. I agree with that. I hate that he don't got the same energy. I didn't even know this kid. I like the Keith Thurman that had all the energy and had the eye of the tiger. This one, that's it. I don't know what happened to him. But I always talk about that. Nobody is ducking. They just fighting where the money is at. Back then, fighters fight to show who was the baddest. Money came later, and now they fighting for money. I think boxing always been the way it is. I think people forget. And people let people with the narrative change things. It always been the way it is. Yo, Roy, it always been the same way. Always been the same way. The thing is, people ain't looking at it. And that's why I love to talk about this, because I could prove it. I could prove it. And we all got smartphones, so we all got to be real smart about all of this, right? I'm going to prove it. Let's go. Let's go. Boom. Let's go straight. And we're going to do this quick. And they pull out your phones right now, too. Pull out your phones if y'all not on laptop. So I can prove it to y'all. When people say that the 80s was better than now, and people just fought each other back to back to back to back, I'm going to prove it to y'all. Thomas Hearns. Tommy Hearns. Knocking everybody on their mama, right? He only fought one guy that was undefeated, Luis Primera. Look, he beat Marcos Geraldo, 56, 17 losses, 16 wins. No, that he beat Jeff McCracken, 15-0. He beat Jeff McCracken. Here comes a name, 1982. He beat Wilfred Benitez. We know Benitez was a problem, right? Majority decision. It was a tough fight. After the Wilfred Benitez fight, he fought Murray Shutterland, 38 wins, 9 losses. Luigi Michillo, 43 wins, 2 losses. This is 1983. Boom. His last fight versus a well-named was Wilfred Benitez, 1982. He fights Roberto Duran, 1984, 2 years later. 77, Duran already lost 5 times. After that, he fights Fred Hutchings, 27-1. 1985, takes a year to fight Marvin Hagler the next year. Right? He loses to Marvin Hagler. Now, he beats James Shutter, undefeated, Mark McDowell, Doug, Dennis, Juan. Tell me if you know all these guys. Iran Berkeley, James Kitchen. He lost to Iran Berkeley by TKO. Y'all remember when Thomas Hearns lost to Iran Berkeley? James Kitchen. Then look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. He beat Marvin Hagler. He lost to Marvin Hagler in 1985. He fought Ray Leonard 1989. That's 4 years. 4 years. So when he fought Duran, it took him 2 years to fight Marvin Hagler. When he fought Marvin Hagler, then it took him 4 years to fight Ray Leonard. Matter of fact, Ray Leonard, they fought. He got TKO by Ray Leonard, 81, right? The next time he fought Ray Leonard was 8 years later. So what I'm saying is, when people say these guys they fought no, they took years apart just to fight one another. It wasn't like Duran fought Ray and then Hearns fought Hagler, then Hagler fought this guy. They were afraid to fight this guy. No, it was like a span of a decade, which they took time to fight. That's what today's media don't want to tell you. They just want to give you this thing and throw it out there. The 80s was the best, and they fought each other like this. Man, I wish it was like it was back in the days. No, it's the same way right now. But guess what? Put it this way: in the span of a decade, that's when one of each other they fought one another. In the span of a decade. In this era, they fighting each other in a span of 3 years. 4 years, put it that way. Sean Porter, Thurman, 2016. 2017, Danny Garcia, Thurman. 2018, 2017, Earl Spence, Kell Brook. 18. You got all these fights in a span of 4 years. Where in the 80s, they had fighting each other, but in the span of a decade. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Don't be fooled by the media today. The 80s was not better than today. And I'm not saying that today was better than yesterday, but don't be fooled by the past. Do not be fooled. They're trying to fool us. They can't fool us. If you're a hardcore boxing fan, you can't be fooled. It's all promotion. It's all marketing. Don't be fooled. And they all was beasts. And they all lost to one another. And you know how we hold them up? Look how people talk about the golden era of boxing. Yo, right now, we living in the golden era. We live in the golden era. Peso, what's good, man? I just gotta give him a little lesson. And look, and right after when I leave this live, go check the stats. Go check the records. Go check the records, man. Remember, Ray Leonard fought Hagler, and he only had 2 fights in a span of 5 years. Leonard fought Hagler, and he only had 2 fights in 5 years. Don't tell me about the golden era is way better than this era. Duran is 6 years older than Ray Robinson, than Ray Leonard. Don't tell me that the past was better than today. They fooling you. Migs, what are we talking about the past? Because we're trying to get things in perspective. Some of the guys who you named are in the A-list, but we're tough as hell. Yeah, but it's almost like today. Stone, you feel me? It's almost like today. There's a lot of people in the sport of boxing that doesn't say that Ugas is the top dude. A lot of people say that Danny Garcia is going to get washed by Earl Spence. That's an easy fight. That's what people are saying. Oh, he's picking Danny Garcia because it's an easier fight than Bill Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, and stuff like that. Nah, man, it's a hard fight. It's a hard fight. And I'm going to tell you like this. When this era passes, we're going to miss this era. Because just as much as a lot of people talk crap about Keith Thurman, when he's gone, even the haters is always want to be like, but where's Keith Thurman? Or where's Keith Thurman? And then when he shows up, yeah, he goes 3 million views fighting Josecito Lopez without heavy promotion. Oh man, know this boxing stuff. I'm tired of that. Don't let them fake you. How many times we heard, oh, and Muhammad Ali came from his 3rd year sting, from not fighting, and then he lost to Joe Frazier. How many times we hear that? How many times we hear that Muhammad Ali took 3 years off and then he came back and fought Joe Frazier? How many times we hear that? Knowing that Muhammad Ali had 2 fights before fighting Joe Frazier. So he was well prepared to fight Joe Frazier. Right? But they like to have this story like, yo, he didn't fight for 3 years and he came out of nowhere and he lost to Joe Frazier. Nah, he had 2 years to prepare. The same type of talk they like to talk about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was fat and he was out for 2 years and he came back and fought Deontay Wilder. And it was, no, Tyson Fury had 2 fights before fighting Deontay Wilder. He had 2 tune-up fights. He was well prepared, just like Muhammad Ali was well prepared to fight Frazier. But they like to fool the public, their little talking point. And the more they try to discredit and devalue a Joe Frazier win. Woo! Damn, I'm preaching today. I'm preaching today. Can I get an amen? Man, we're living in the golden era right now, y'all. Do not miss the boat. Don't let these promoters fool you. Don't let ESPN fool you. Don't let we're living in a great time right now in boxing. With the moonshine, bro. They're in the store right now, the liquor store. I know, man, they got some whack moonshine. I got to order it from down south. They got the same regular moonshine. I don't like the regular moonshine. I'm tired of that. I like my caramel, not the caramel, the cinnamon, my cinnamon fire moonshine. Woo! T.O. is special. I think he's special. Sipping on vodka. Ay. Vodka. What's your favorite vodka? Favorite vodka is Kettle One. It's great when the proper fighters step up and make it great. I mean, we have good fights. I think that we're living in a time right now where we got short attention span. That's what it is. I think we living in a time right now that we got short attention span, and we already want the next. Like after a fight, we already pressuring what other fight we want to see, and then we don't realize like, yo, but this person, I'm gonna give you an example. This is how much it's in a rush right now, and I think that sometimes boxing wants to slow it down, but the fans just doesn't want to understand. For example, Sean Porter lost to Earl Spence on a split decision win. We could all agree, great fight. Probably the fight of the year. The way they went toe-to-toe. Probably. Right? And people want to talk about, but Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. But yo, my man, he just lost a belt. Do you think that Sean Porter deserved to fight him to try to get his belt back, to fight for his belt back? What happened to rematches after a dude loses belt? Should Manny Pacquiao fight Keith von Tom Thurman because he lost a split decision and lost his belt? I think he's due a rematch. If we talk in boxing sense, right? Anthony Joshua lost his belt to Andy Ruiz. He got his rematch. That's the way boxing works, right? You lose your belt, you get your rematch, right? Carlos Maidana lost his belt. He got his rematch with Floyd Mayweather. I know all the time it's not a rematch, but when it's a close fight and you lose your belt, you should get a rematch. Now put yourself in their shoes. You in a close fight, boom, you lost in the scorecard by a point, and you a champion. I deserve to get my rematch, right? Rewrite the wrong or something like that. Mike Tyson had a rematch with Holyfield. But if we rushing, if we saying, boom, once a fighter lose, that's it, he got to go behind the bus. And he got to go like 9 ranks down. That's the problem with the sport of boxing. No, I'm sharing that rematch for Thurman. That was a different compared to the Porter Spence fight. Yeah. He should get a rematch, in my opinion. How you feel about Wilder versus Fury rematch? I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that rematch. I think it is very deserving. Deontay Wilder, he defended his belt 10 times straight. 10 times straight, 11 times straight, time Muhammad Ali. He should get a immediate rematch. Because put it like this. Deontay Wilder didn't have to give Tyson Fury a shot the first time. It was a draw. He ain't had to go for the second rematch. I think a trilogy is good. It's good. Andre Ward and Kovalev had their rematch. Canelo and Triple G had their rematch. Keith Thurman deserved his rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Sean Porter deserved a rematch with Errol Spence. The way the fight go, that's just my opinion. But resumes like Wilder aren't good for boxing because he really got casuals thinking that Wilder was like Ali, and that's totally not true. But Wilder is knocking everybody out. You got to give credit to Wilder, bro. 40 plus wins and knocking everybody out. If we're going to compare Wilder to cemented legacies, look at that. I love this because sometimes we got to put things into perspective. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes we being misled at the same time. We being misled sometimes, and so sometimes we got to put everything into perspective, y'all. Let's go. After Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali beat George. Chuvalo had 11 losses. Henry Cooper had 11 losses. We know Henry Cooper. Brian London had 13 losses. Carl Midberger, 49-2. Probably was a good fighter. Cleveland Williams, heard of him, 67-5 losses. He was a good fighter. Ernie Terrell, 4 losses. I remember that fight. Remember, say my name. Zora Foley, 7 losses. Jerry Quarry, 4 losses. You know Jerry Quarry too. Oscar Bonavena, 6 losses. Tell me anybody that he was fighting that was invincible. Muhammad Ali. And then after all of that, remember when he came back after his 3-year layoff, he beat Jerry Quarry, Oscar Bonavena. That was his tune-ups for Joe Frazier. He lost, which they never like to talk about. They always want to talk about Muhammad Ali just came out of nowhere and just after 3 years and fought Joe Frazier. No, he had 2 tune-up fights. Then Jimmy Ellis he beat. Buster Mathis, he beat. Jordan Blenn, he beat. Mac Foster, he beat. George Chuvalo, he beat. Jerry Quarry, again, he beat. We already know he's going to beat him. Alvin Blue Lewis, he beat. Floyd Patterson fought him when he was very, very old. He beat him again. Bob Foster, he beat. George Bergner, he beat. All these guys, no undefeated fighter, he's fighting. Muhammad Ali is not fighting no undefeated fighter. Then he fights Ken Norton. Look how many fights in between Joe Frazier and Ken Norton. He loses to Ken Norton. Then he knocks out Ken Norton. Then he moves on the trilogy with Joe Frazier. Back to back. That was great. George Frazier, George Foreman. But for the people saying that this guy's not fighting nobody, y'all got to check out the records of these other greats. They're fighting guys that are not Hall of Famers as well. And in between those tough fights, look at how many fights that they fought before fighting that tough fight that everybody wanted to see. Let's put things in perspective. They're trying to fool us. They're trying to say that yesterday was better than today. It's not. It's not, y'all. It's the same shit. Same shit. Corrales Castillo watching now. That's a good fight. Not having a loss doesn't make you invincible, bro. And having losses doesn't mean that you're while the opponents were pure no name. Yeah, but see, because you don't know them though. That's my point, best of the best. Just because you don't know them don't mean that they ain't ish. Just like you ain't know a lot of opponents of Muhammad Ali. And I could say these names to anybody today and nobody will know who they are. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know. They will see. Go check out those. Yo, it's all on YouTube. Almost every fight of Muhammad Ali. Look how they look how they fight compared to Muhammad Ali. And you tell me if they even could be half of what Muhammad Ali skillfully was. These dudes are like this. Robots. And Muhammad Ali is boom, the evolution. Bam, 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 bam. Remember, Wilder started at the age of 2019. He's supposed to be the nobody. Remember, the guys that he beat, almost all of them probably started boxing before him. Gotta put everything in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta put everything in perspective. Sugar Ray Leonard, he's the best because he beat Hearns and beat Durang and beat Benitez and beat. Did he fight Benitez? I don't know if he fought Benitez, but he also beat Hagler as well. So he beat the top guys of that era, but also lost to Durang. So let's say if Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight and Keith Thurman beats Errol Spence, but then Keith Thurman fights Bud Crawford and loses to Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford beats Thurman, but then Bud Crawford fights Errol Spence and Errol Spence beats Crawford. And then Bud Crawford fights Anderson Garcia and he beats Crawford but loses to everybody else. That's your golden era. It's going to turn out like that. Watch. That's my opinion. It's going to turn out like that. I'm not saying the names that I just named and those matches like that. I'm just saying that they all going to fight amongst each other and they all losing to one another. Just like Sean Porter lost to Thurman but beat Daniel Garcia. And the way that Sean Porter lost to Errol Spence, and Errol Spence could come and fight Bud and probably lose to Bud, but he could beat Thurman and Thurman could beat Bud. And you think Bud is going to have an easy fight, an easy time with a Sean Porter? Think about it. Who you got, Porter or Bud? You think it's going to be easy for Bud Crawford? Oh, hell no, it's not going to be easy for Bud Crawford. He's just not a good boxer, bro, but whatever. I think he's a good boxer. I think he just got an awkward style. And I think we got to respect everybody's style. If a guy is knocking you out, put it this way. Best of the best. If he's knocking everybody out with the same damn punch at the same damn spot at the same damn time, don't you think that's kind of special? That you know what's coming and you still getting knocked out with that punch? Like the whole world, my grandmama is half blind and she don't know what she watching. And she be like, that's why the guy gonna hit him with a straight right. Everybody know it. So that makes you special. People say, oh, he don't know how to box. But you know what? He knows the fundamentals because the first thing that you learn in boxing schools is jab, right? Jab. Jab. What's the first combination you learn in boxing? Bam, bam. He got the fundamentals, and he's knocking everybody else with the 101 fundamentals of boxing. And the 101 fundamentals of the first combination that you learn in the sport of boxing, the 1 and 2. The proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. The proof is in the pudding. Porter can't ruffle Bud. Yep, I got Bud punishing Crawford. You see that, and that's Bud punishing Crawford. I got Bud punishing Crawford, Bud punishing Porter. Okay. I'm like, damn. Bud punishing Porter. Okay. Porter will give more promise to Crawford than Spence would. You see? So that's what makes it interesting. You see how we got all different perspectives? But we respecting Sean Porter, right? And we respecting Bud Crawford. And the same thing if it's the other way around. Who you think will win? And we're talking about if everybody comes in their A game. I'm not talking about injury-prone Keith Thurman. I'm talking about the Keith Thurman that beat Sean Porter. Keith Thurman. The Keith Thurman that beat Diego Chavez. That Keith Thurman shows up versus Bud Crawford. Who you think wins that fight? 100% Keith one-time Thurman. I'm talking about don't duck me, son. Keith one-time Thurman, attitude and hunger, fighting Bud Crawford, which is always hungry and always a gym rat. Who wins that fight? Who wins? Bud Crawford or Errol Spence? Every fight is close. Yeah, he was. Maybe he found a new love. And then boxing became the mistress. You got to be married to this game. All of them is a tough fight. And since all of them is a tough fight, we all got to give respect to all these dudes, whether they win or lose, because they're going to be losing. All of them is a tough fight. If all of these guys are facing Manny Pacquiao too, it's a tough fight for them, and it's a tough fight for Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao got hit more than any time of his career with the right hand, just right hand after right hand after right hand, if he got hit more than any time in his career by a non-100% Keith one-time Thurman that a lot of people still feel at that moment that he's washed up, don't you think you have a hard time with Bud Crawford as well, and Errol Spence as well, and Sean Porter as well? But Manny Pacquiao is going to have a tough fight with any of these guys, and he knows it. Now, is the matter of who's going to win or who's going to lose? We don't know. I may have Manny Pacquiao winning in some of the fights, depending on the matchmaking. But it's going to be a tough fight for either guys. Sean Porter might beat Crawford. That's a 50-50 fight to me. Because if he could push back Errol Spence and he could push back in spots Keith Thurman, he's going to be pushing back Bud Crawford, which is lighter. He's a lighter. He's actually a lighter guy come from a small division. He's going to be pushing Bud Crawford back. The only problem with Sean Porter is that he can't get you the clean, effective blows for the judges to be counting. He smothered his own shots. Goes good to the body. He could connect, but he connects ugly. And the judges count clean, effective punches. Clean, effective punches. And Crawford don't hit you with clean punches. Could be effective, but doesn't hit you with clean punches for the judges to see. It was a great fight. Yeah, he sometimes got to step back. The judges ain't seeing most of half of his work. That's the problem with Sean Porter. When you think about Kell Brook versus Crawford, that's a great fight. And I think that fight, if Kell Brook is hungry, if he's just not there for the paycheck, I think the problem with Kell Brook needs to get up for a fight. If you give him a good name, he'll get up for a fight. And this time he'll prepare himself. I don't know about the weight. I don't know about his weight. He said he still want to stay in 147 pounds, but I think he still want to stay in 147 pounds because there's the name. But I think he outgrown his weight a long time ago. But if he wants to compete, a fresh Kell Brook, that's not a drained Kell Brook, is going to give Brook Crawford some problems. I still got Bud Crawford beating Kell Brook. but it's not going to be easy. I don't think so. You mean, Mike? Yeah, bro got a lot of talent, but the weight could be an issue. Yeah, I agree with you, think Cap. 100%. If Manny Pacquiao fights, Earl Spence and Pacquiao win, he becomes #1 pound for pound fighter. Of course. But I think that Manny Pacquiao, to me, I'd even put him in the pound for pound list. You know why? Because he's in an old league of his own. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like, when we talk about Manny Pacquiao, we don't even really talk about the people of this era. We talking about the greats. Who's the greatest of all time? We have Muhammad Ali, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Patterson, Mike Tyson, um, um, you know, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, all these names. It's just you can't even compare Manny Pacquiao today. I think giving him pound for pound is like a little thing to him at this point. But I agree, 100%. It's a tough fight. Yep. You got Prograis or Hooker. I got Prograis. But that's gonna be like I said. I had a video. I said that's gonna be fight of the year. One of the fight of the year of this year is gonna be between that fight. Naoya Casimero, I believe, Hooker and Prograis. But I think Prograis and Hooker is gonna be way more of a war. They like to take punches to the face, and they gonna and when Hooker they hit him with a punch, he tries to come back with a punch. Like it's not a defensive mode. He's punching back, and Prograis the same way. That's gonna be a war. I think so. And those are the type of fights that's not even for belts, and is a great fight. Yep. The biggest fight that nobody answered though, PBC, no cross promotions. The biggest fight in PBC, in my opinion, is David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Who y'all got, Plant or Benavidez? Prograis versus Fimo. Let's see what Fimo does after this fight, though, with Loma. I got Plant. I think Plant can outbox Benavidez, but I got Plant outboxing Benavidez. I would like to see Benavidez versus Canelo, too, though. That would be a nice Mexican fight, though. Peter has power, man. He got and chin too. And he's willing to throw down. Got booger? Now that's hair, man. Got my hair. I gotta cut my hair, man. What you talking about, son? Nah, that's hair, man. I gotta tuck that shit in. Oh my no, yeah, that's hair, man. Good looking out. Good looking out, though. Good looking out. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's a dude that's your boy that you wanna be around. You know what? Cause you know what I'm saying, you could be in a club or something. You be like, yo, man, you got something in your face. Watch it. You know what I'm saying? There's some other dudes that you be around your peoples and they don't even tell you got food in your mouth. And you know that when you eat black beans, you got it in your teeth, and they don't say nothing. You be talking to girls and that like that. Be like, yo, my man, why you didn't even tell me I have something in my mouth, man? Damn, yo, you just want me to look out dumb. But yeah, man. Yo, Tomorrow, y'all already know, man, it's Happy Hour Thursday. I'm going to be rocking with you. I'm going to go live probably at 12 Eastern time. So in LA, it's going to be 9 o'clock in the evening. Yo, I'm about to get some dinner, about to get some food, chill with the family, chill with the kids and things of that nature. Y'all already know, man. Thanks for rocking with me. Tomorrow, tune in. We're going to be talking more about boxing. Happy hour, bring your drinks. I'm going to go to the liquor store, get me a box, probably get some moonshine. I don't know where I'm going to get some good moonshine because out here in the Northeast, they don't got no good moonshine. I got to get my stuff back in down south. But y'all already know, man. Smash the like button. Thank you for following the kid, y'all. I've got to be out. I'm hungry. Got to spend time with the fam. You already know, man. On to the next. Love y'all. God bless. Stay safe. Stay inside. Make love to the wife.